Hi, this is Mrs. Cardoso again, and in this video we are going to look at solving systems, this time the elimination method. Looks like I got a H there. Let's fix that up a bit. There we go. Alright, so let's do the same exact example we did in the last video, except this time we will use the elimination method. Okay, so with the elimination method, we typically use this method when when the coefficients of the same variable are the same in both equations, or when they could easily be made the same. So for example, if we look at the x variable, the coefficient of x here in this equation is 7. The coefficient of the x variable here in the second equation is 9. They are not the same, and they cannot easily be made the same by multiplying or dividing. What about y? Well, the coefficient of the y variable here is 1. The coefficient of the y variable here is 1 as well. So in that case, the coefficients are exactly the same. We don't have to even change it. So in that case, this makes the elimination method very easy. So let's write the systems of equations again. And what we are going to do is we are going to add or subtract the equations. Now, we are going to we're going to focus on the variable that has the same coefficients. In this case, the y's have the same coefficients of 1. The x's do not. 7 and 9 are not the same. So we're going to focus on these ones here, and we're going to ask ourselves, what operation should we do? Should we add the equations or should we subtract the equations to get rid of the y? Because this is the variable that we are going to eliminate. That's why it's called the elimination method. So if I add these two, 1y plus 1y is going to give me 2y. So that's not going to eliminate the y. How about if we subtract? Well, if we subtract, we get 1y minus 1y, which gives me 0y, or just 0, which is exactly what I want, because that means I have eliminated the y. Okay? So that's why we subtract those, because 1y minus 1y gives me 0y, and anything times 0 is just 0. Now, remember that when you're subtracting equations, you have to subtract everything all the way across. So that means that I'm going to put brackets around here, and I'm going to subtract every single term here. So 7x minus 9x gives me negative 2x. And then minus 9 minus 1, positive 1. The negative and the positive gives me a negative sign. So I'm getting a negative 9 minus 1, which gives me negative 10. Okay, now I just have to solve this equation as normal. Notice there's no y here, there's only an x. So I bring the 2x to the other side, makes it positive, and I still have a negative 10 here, and then we divide by 2, and we get x equals negative 5. Okay, and so now we have part of the solution. Now we just need to find y. Okay, so now to find y, it's exactly the same now in the substitution method. Only the first step in the elimination method is different, adding or subtracting the equations. And then once you have the first variable, you just sub in to either equation. So I'm going to say sub x equal negative 5 into, let's call this equation 1 and equation 2. So sub into equation 1, and so we get y equals 7x minus 9, and y equal to 7 minus 5 minus 9. Okay, so we can substitute this into either equation. Notice this is the exact same as in the last video with the substitution method. This step is exactly the same. So we get negative 35 minus 9, which gives me negative 44. Okay, and that's the solution for y. And we are done. So that is the elimination method. The first step is different. Okay, and in the next video we'll do another example with elimination method, but maybe then we will have to change one of the coefficients.